welcome to this moment, this hour of koinonia that we're going to spend some time together. I don't know where you are right now. Can you check the time? Check time is just a minute. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you joining me right now, which means you are actually waiting for me. Whoever you are, whatever part of the world that you find yourself, I'm telling you, God has ordained it that you connect with me at this hour and at this moment. In fact, we are going to have a koinonia. I'm ready and I'm cut out for this time and at this hour and at this moment. I'll show you every minute, every second, every hour that we're going to spend with you at this section. I'm telling you, it's going to be meaningful. You are going to have, satisfaction for every moment you are going to be spending with me here, because it's a great time. It's a moment of koinonia. It's a moment of fellowship. It's a moment of you coming into my life, getting to know me better, and I also knowing you better. I'm telling you. So once again, you are welcome, and make sure, please, as you come in, don't just peep in and go out. We don't want people that come in into who is it again? Your friend. Oh, okay, your friend. What was the name again? Farming is good to have you. You are giving me a thumb up. Thank you for coming in. I don't know what part of the world are you from. I'm so excited having you at this moment, this hour. You linking up with me. What part of the world are you from? I am from Africa. You can see the way I'm dressed. I'm ready for today. What part of the world are you from, Fleming? Your friend, oh, USA. You have been waiting for me. Fleming, it's good to have you. It's good to have you. You have been waiting for me, right? Oh, you're looking at me different, right? Yes, I'm different. You see, you can make people believe you in whatever way you want them to believe you. You can see me dressed right now. I'm dressed for an occasion. Yes, because today is so special to me. I'm telling you, it's a very special day. I want to have a fellowship with whoever is going to come on air on this live stream. I'm telling you, we're going to spend some good quality time together. So I'm dressed. I don't need to introduce myself. You know that I'm coming from Africa. And as an African in Nigeria, I'm proud of my nation, Nigeria. I'm so proud. I'm telling you, I'm going to be telling you more about my dressing. I'll tell you, it's a concept. Well, you see, you are different thing to different people. Please, as you come in, make sure you like, you comment, and you subscribe. You are different thing to different people based on how you appear. They say a man is addressed by the way he dresses. You can see me dressing like a chief from Africa. Yes, I am. I'm a chief from Africa. Yes, it depicts a concept which I'm going to take you into in a jiffy, in a moment. But once again, I want to say you are welcome to this. This broadcast is still, the name is still Okonji Christopher, and I'm sitting in for Save a Child, Preserve Humanity television. Is a television arm of Save a Child, Preserve Humanity. Save a Child, Save the Education and Health. I'm sitting in for Save a Child, Preserve Humanity television, which is one arm of Save the Education and Health of the Child Foundation, which is an NGO. It's also a concept. And I know as you go deeply with me, I'll be introducing you. I'll be telling you more about this foundation I'm always talking about. Today I'm going to be talking about the Man Okonji Christopher. Most of you have been seeing me. Fleming, you must have been hearing me. We have been talking. You don't know me, but you need to know me. But one thing you know, that I'm from Nigeria. I'm from Africa, but you don't know me deeply. So today I'm going to be unfolding the veil of Okonji Christopher. Who am I? What do I do? What do I stand? What is my mission? Where is my destination? What do I represent? You get to know it better today. I'm going to be talking about myself, Okonji Christopher, and the vision of Save the Education and Health of the Child Foundation. See, people want to relate with you. You agree with me what I'm saying, Fleming? Yes, I like your energy. Yes, you are not different from me. Oh, we are the same, Fleming. Yes, you like my energy. You're just looking at a concept right now. We are human. We are just dressed different. We dress differently. Yes. You see, what matters is the heart. You see, your dress sense is not the issue. It's your heart condition is what matters. You see, your dressing is a makeup. So what you are seeing right now is a concept. I'm going to explain better as we go deep into the man called Okonji Christopher and the vision of Save the Education and Health of the Child Foundation. So once again, you are welcome. Give me a thumb up like Fleming did. Please do give me a thumb up as you come in, and make sure you like, make sure you comment, and make sure you subscribe. As you subscribe, please don't fail to share. Please, we are doing serious business here. You know, all the while I've been trying to make you understand this year. I'm saying one same thing all the time. I started this year with my message, and I said, make sure as you enter the year 2025, make sure you are impregnated with a vision, and make us to understand. You see, a woman has a physical womb, and the womb is where the child sits. You know, all of us, everyone came out from a womb. You came from the womb of your mother. Your mother carried you in the womb for 9 months. Some people, it was 7 months. Some people, it was less than that. They survived. I don't know how many months you spent in your mother's womb. That is a physical womb that God gave to your mother. You were conceived in a womb. And at the appointed time, you came out and you became a human being. So I made us to also understand that in the calculation of God, every human being, man or woman, boy or girl, God has given you a spiritual womb. So you have the ability to give birth. When I'm talking about, you are not giving back to a human being, you are giving back to spirit. You are giving back to things that will sustain the earth, which means you are impregnated with a vision. You understand what I mean? God gave you a vision. When God created a man, Adam was the first man that God created. He gave him a vision. What is the vision? He gave him a vision in Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. He said, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. And what? And have dominion. Dominion is the vision that God gave to Adam, but Adam lost it. We all knew the story. You know, so that's the story of Adam. Adam lost it, but a man came to the scene. A man who is, someone that is God took the form of injustice. You know, when my dad left, Westerners have to leave because people are running back home. So my dad has to leave me with my mom. So I was raised by my mom, did my primary school in Jos. And at that time, my grandmother was living in a place called Warri, also the western part of Nigeria at that period. So I grew up at the age of, in my teen years. My grandmother was old, so my mom has to send me there to take care of her. You know, you understand what I mean? She's old. You know, it's not like in America, whereby you have old people's home. But in Africa, we have this extended life, kind of life. So my mom has to send me to go take care of my grandmom in another state. So I was privileged to go to a place called Warri, and that was my first experience of taking care of my grandmom. You know, so I was there for a couple of years. And because of, thank you for joining me. If you are joining, please make sure you like, and as you like, you comment and you subscribe. I'm talking about the man called Okonji Christopher. So at that period, I had to continue my secondary school. I was meant to come back to my mom in Jos because I have to go back to school. So I left. So that was my first experience of caregiving. You call it now a caregiver. I took care of my grandmom for a couple of times. You know, so there come a time whereby it is expedient for me to go to school. So I have to come back to Jos. And I entered into a secondary school, and I finished my secondary school in 1984. That was way back many years, if you calculate very well, many years ago. And after secondary school, I stayed at home for about 3 years, no job. You know, at that particular time, things were hard. You know, so at that time, so at 1986, I began to understand that I'm this person that has a flair for the social media. You know, so I began to crisscross the radio stations. I started going to radio stations to work as a freelance. I began to do radio programs, and I began to write for some newspapers, quite some newspapers in Jos, where I found myself. That was my interest. You know, my interest began to grow in social media. I did that for a couple of years, and I was privileged. In 1997, I have my first breakthrough. I was about age 24 or so. I was privileged to be engaged in a film production. That was the first film production that came to the city of Jos. Then there's nothing like home movie that we are having right now. No Nollywood has not started. So we are one of the people that I had an opportunity, to be in big screen. So that was a period in South Africa. So there was a film production that came in 1987. I remember vividly, 1987 in Jos City. So I have to hook up with that production film. That was my first exposure to the world. It gave me so much exposure. I met with all kind of white people all over the world. They came to the city of Jos, the Jos of yesterday. So I rubbed minds. I was I was I was enrolled as one of the extras that worked. I work as an extra in that film production. It's quite an exposure. It exposed me to the world. It exposed me to film production. It exposed me to social media, as a little boy. So I was quite exposed. When I finished that production, it was just a couple of months in the city of Jos. We finished that production, and again, I have to wait another 3 years. I was privileged again. Another film production again came into the city of Jos and Bauchi. That was called Mr. Johnson Production. That one was quite a big production for me. Then we've not been having film production in Nigeria. We started it. I was privileged to work with a lot of minds, like the Doyen of Nigerian theater, late Herbert Ogunde. If you have heard about him, Ogunde, with those days, we shot his last act on stage. That was the year he died. When he was sick in London hospital, we're privileged. I also work behind the cameras. Then I work in sound. There's a place called Sound. I was privileged to work in sound. And when Herbert Ogunde was one of the major actors in that film, he was sick. And but an artist is always an artist. An artist will always act even to their dying bed. So for him to fulfill all righteousness, even on a sick bed, in Bauchi State, in that production, I'm talking about some person. You understand what I'm trying to say? I was privileged to meet a lot of Hollywood actors and filmmakers. I was able to work with Hank Garfield. He was my boss. He was behind the sound. I was working as a cable boy, as a cable boy in sound, those days many years ago. So I rubbed mine with Hank Garfield, who was the sound man. I also rubbed minds with Gianni, who was a boom swinger. So, I worked behind the camera so much exposures. I met Hollywood actors. The one time James Bond, Pierce Brosnan, was also featured in that film. He was in Nigeria. I was privileged to rub minds with him. He was one of the major actors. He came and we shot that act. So that was quite a phenomenal exposure that I had. It exposed me to the world of film production. I was able to, meet a lot of people. A lot of people I met in that production. Then even Nollywood has not started, at that period. So it exposed me to the world. It gave me a quite exposition, exposing me to what production is all about. So after that, I did not stop. My sojourn after that production finished, I was privileged again to be engaged. That same year, after that production finished in about 2 or 3 months, I was engaged with another production again in Bauchi stroke Jos. And that was called, it's an Hausa documentary done by the late son of the Prime Minister of Northern Nigeria, that's Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. His son, Sadiq Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, was doing his school project. And he finished school from London. He has to come to Nigeria to do his project. He hung on with us. I was in Bauchi. We shot those films. We shot that film in Bauchi, and we used the Prime Minister's tomb in Bauchi as our production office. That was quite another exposure for me. You understand what I mean? So I rubbed minds with so many white people. A lot of white people that came all over. I was working with them. So I've mixed up with a lot of people. So that was my foundation. It gave me so much foundations of, exposure and production and everything, But I don't know, while doing all this, I was getting close to humanity. Going to location was quite fun for me. It was fun. When you go to different locations, you meet the natives. You meet the local people. So in everything, in every exposure that God gives you, He's taking you somewhere. So that enabled me to meet a lot of people. When I came back from those productions, wow, I was loaded. And I told myself, can't to just go like that. God has exposed me to the world. But I don't know, God was preparing me for something that is going. When I came back, I went briefly back to, to radio where I was coming from. I was doing radio programs. I was doing TV programs in Jos, so I was doing a lot of things. But as a young man, I was yearning to make money. So from the little that I made from those productions, I was able to set up a business, buying and selling. I started going to Lagos, buying things, production materials to come and sell in Jos. That was how I went into the world of business. I delved into the world of business, trying to expose myself. That gave me so much exposure. So I began to align myself. From there, I began to have experiences. I began to have experiences and exposures, to life. So you see, life is beautiful. Whatever terrain that God passes you through, there's a purpose for you passing through. There's a reason why I'm telling all these stories. I'm telling all these stories because why? God is a God of plan, purpose, and objectivity. God passes us through the earth. God expects the earth to pass through us. I'm telling you. So when you are passing through the earth, there are a lot of people that you meet. There are people that crisscross your life. And they crisscross your life, they deposit. I never knew one day I'll be able to cross minds with the Doing of Nigerian Theatre about Ogunde to meet the one-time James Bond of 007 series James Bond. Pierce Brosnan was one time the James Bond, of 007. I was able to rub minds with people like that. So much exposure in that area of my life. And I see so much that God was doing, so it was exciting for me, as a young man. And I met so many friends, and I conquered so many areas, and I went to business and everything went back. So after that, I was able to pull out again from radio and what I'm doing on television. I went seriously into business. Time goes on, God begins to open our eyes. Why I allow you to go into that process of life, or why I allow you, to delve into that area of life. So exposures, the mind with matters. So life is full of so many processes. So the process you go through in life is building for the future, is building you for the tomorrow. Tomorrow we're talking about is the future, which is now. So so much exposure you get, and the exposure you get in life has a way of molding you. It has a way of molding character in you. It has a way of molding you in where you are going to. So as a young man, I began to explore my world. I began to discover my world. I began to work with the world. I began to discover. But until, there's a certain time, I came across, so many things that I do not understand. I'm telling you, I began to ask questions. How is life? How is life, and what is the meaning of life? Because when you don't understand the life that you are living in, I'm telling you, they say broad is the way that leads to destruction, and narrow is the way that leads to life. So when you are trading a path that you don't know before, the Bible says, it is said that you should quit looking for familiar signs because you will not find one. What am I trying to say? When you go through a terrain in life that you don't understand, I'm saying you are traveling to a place that you have not been before, quit looking for familiar signs because you will not find one. I'm telling you, the world that we are trading in, we must allow God to chart the course of our life. It's only God that can chart the course of our life and give us direction. A man that does not walk by the Spirit of God have no direction on where you are going. So it's just the mercy of God. What am I trying to say? All these stories I've told us about the man, Okonji Christopher, is just stories to tell you that I've gone through so much and I've seen so much in life. I've gone through encounters now, that I saw the hand of God just holding me, So one of the experiences after that, I began to do business, and there was a time way back some years, I got so interested, I wanted to expand my business, and I went into buying and selling more. I went deep into it, was doing it, and there was this certain day, I was traveling from Jos to Lagos. I'm telling you how the vision came. Now I was traveling in a bus, and I heard God so clearly. He spoke these words into my mind. He spoke these words into my mind. He said, save the Nigerian child. I'm going to take you somewhere. You see, the Nigerian Civil War ended in 1967. After the war, a lot of people went home. It ended 1967, and that was the year I was born. So my birthday going through a process is not by accident. And now God laid that word in my head so loudly, Save the Nigerian Child Foundation. I began to ask God, how do I do that? So you see how the genesis of a vision can come. God speaks the vision into your heart. God speaks a vision into your heart. You need to find expression. You need to ask God from the mouth of God, God, what's the meaning of what you are telling me? Just like Jeremiah. God asked him, what do you see? He said, I see an almond tree. He said, you have seen well. So God will ask you, what did you see? If you didn't see anything well, you have to ask. God has to give you an explanation of what he has shown you. If you're not clear with what God has shown you about it, I'm just explaining how a vision comes to you. God speaks a vision into our heart. God speaks a vision into our heart. So when we now have understanding of the vision, we must ask God, he that has given that vision. We must ask the meaning of that vision, and God will give us clarity. God will give us clarity. It's just like a vision was spoken into, a dream was spoken into the heart of Joseph. He saw that he's above his brothers. They were all bowing to him. That was a vision spoken to his heart. We all know where he took him to, So he took him, we all know where he took him to. So a vision was spoken to his heart. As he pursued it diligently, he was sold into Egypt. We know the remaining part of the story. He became the second man in command, the governor in Egypt. That was a vision. And when he had clarity of it, God established it. So when God speaks a vision into your heart and you have clarity about it, you run with the vision, it will manifest. The Bible said the vision in the book of Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 2, it said the vision is for an appointed time. Though it tarries, wait for it. It must surely come to pass. I don't know what God has spoken in your heart. I'm just telling you what God spoke to my heart. So he said the vision is for an appointed time. Though it tarries, wait for it. It must surely come to pass. The vision will not lie. He said the vision is for an appointed time. Though it tarries, it must come to pass. Wait for it. So as God spoke that word in my heart, Save the Nigerian Child, I began to ponder over it. When I came back from Lagos, I came back to Jos, I began to ponder, God, what do I do? What do I do? How do I go about it? God began to take care of them, began to take care of street children, in Jos, way back Jos. I'm activating the vision now that God put in my heart. God began to give clarity about the vision. Accommodate out to the world through Nigeria again. Nigeria is a focal point in what God is doing. I told you all the story of my life all this that I'm saying. Each time you hear me talk about a new Nigeria, it's a vision. It's not something I just say from my head. It's a vision that was better than me. And I'm telling you, I keep seeing it, that I see what God is doing, and I'm heralding it. So you see, that NGO came to be. That NGO is not just, Save the Nigerian Child Foundation is not just an NGO, it's a concept. What is a concept? From our definition of a concept is an idea that is trying to sell a commodity. Like the way you are seeing me dressing to this moment today, I'm dressing like a chief. Yes. It's a concept I'm trying to project. It's a concept I'm projecting before you right now. You see me dressed with the beads. You see these beads are African beads. They're African fine fashion. Africa is beautiful. It tells you that Africa has been, these beads, they come in different colors. This color of red tells you the energy and the strength that Africa is made of. That is the beauty of this bead. They come in different colors. You have yellow color, you have orange color, you have white color. There's some that the white color talks about purity and talks about fertility. They come in colors. African, you can only find beads in Africa. It's beautiful. So you see me wearing it. You're just seeing a beginning of it. You see me wear more of it. So Save the Nigerian Child Foundation is not just an NGO, non-governmental organization. It's also a concept. What is a concept? From our definition of a concept is an idea trying to sell a commodity. So right now, what commodity am I selling? My focus is the child. I keep telling you. My focus is the child. So this commodity I'm trying to sell out to you there is the child. So the concept, the idea I'm trying to use to sell the child is heralding a new Nigeria. So the concept right now, the idea I'm trying to use to project the child is a new. You agree with me? There can never be a new Nigeria, and there can never be a child in the right state of mind without a new Nigeria. The present Nigeria we have right now cannot accommodate the next leaders of the next generation. So there's a need for a new Nigeria, which builder, maker, and founder is God. So you always hear me herald it. So this is a concept you are seeing, projecting Africa, projecting Nigeria, and Nigeria is beautiful. You understand what I mean? So it comes, like what you said, Fleming, you say you like my energy. You are not just different from me. We are human. We are just what dressed different. I agree with you, brother. But your dressing connotes what you are trying to say. What you are seeing right now is a concept. You will see more of it. The beats coming. I'm just trying to let you know that Africa is beautiful, Nigeria is beautiful. Nigeria is a focal point on what God is doing. The beats is our African fine fashion. The beats is from Africa, is beauty of Africa. He has so much to talk about. You understand me? So that is the whole essence of why you are seeing me dressed like this. Is a concept. The concept, Nigeria is the idea we use, to give a child a better face. There must be a new Nigeria, a better Nigeria that will accommodate the children that God is raising, in the next generation. Nigeria can never remain like this. There will be one day the whole world will be pointing at Nigeria. God has said it. The whole world will be looking back at Nigeria. See, all the things that are happening in our country right now, most of our people, our brains, have left the country. They are still living every day. Life is hard, but we are not off. We are not off the system of the world. We are not dead. Everybody in Nigeria is not dead. We are still moving. See, for you to live in Nigeria, God must have placed you here. God must have placed you here to be in Nigeria because He has given you the grace. Because the country is tough. But you see, you say tough times don't last, but tough people. So Nigeria, God is taking Nigeria through a hard process, a process of building us to stand, the opposition of the world. Nigeria is going to be a focal point in what God is doing. That is what I'm heralding. So you must agree with me. That is what I'm heralding in this vision. That is what so many things we have to do together. That is what we are doing here. So when you come to this channel, all we are projecting is that I'm telling you the interest of the child, the well-being of a child must be protected. That's why I cut up this TV, this channel. Save a Child, Preserve Humanity. Is totally saving a child. When you save a child, you are preserving humanity. It's a TV arm of this channel that we are projecting. So everything we are doing here is giving a face to one child. I'm telling you, when you give education to one child, you have empowered a whole generation. So that's what we're doing. So join hands with us, join faith with us, join your material with us, join your resources with us. Let's do this thing and get it off the ground and make sure it works. Very soon we'll be reaching out to you in different parts of the world. We are setting strategies. Setting all kind of things, to make sure that we get across. I've been in YouTube. Last month I was just in YouTube for 1 year, but actively working for 6 months now, going to 6 months, and I have almost 500 subscribers. So you see, I'm going to be very soon. If I work hard, I'm going to be monetized so that we can begin to do some good programs together. I have over almost 500 subscribers in less than 6 months. So you see, we are working. We are doing everything that we can. We are setting our artilleries to make sure we get the people that to work with. So we need you. You out there listening to me, I need you to put your resources in this work. I need you to put your energy in it. The genesis of a vision is a man. The accomplishment of that vision is the people. You are the people that God has given. And I'm telling you, together we will make this vision speak out to the whole world. We will make this vision, that which God will take glory in. We will take this vision to the next level of the heartbeat of God. So we need people that will work. We need people that will put their resources into this work. We need people that will give themselves for this work. We are working, I'm telling you, so much that we are doing. I'm telling you, I've been trying to even get across to travel. Like that. For the past 4 years now, I've been trying to travel out with my family, but I was not privileged to give me a visa. But I've not given up yet. I'm still pursuing so that we can crisscross the whole world. And I'm trying to get people. I know God will connect us with people outside the country. I've tried almost 4 years now trying. We have not connected, but I know we'll connect. We will connect very soon. Like last year, I tried to go to Canada with my family. We didn't get a visa. But I'm telling you, we will get a visa. The visa will come. Like somebody told me, one of my fathers told me, he said, no, you don't need to go and look for the visa. The visa will come look for you. At the appointed time, and this is the appointed time, the visas will come. The calls will begin to come. People will begin to come. Come, let's do business with you. What do you have? Because these are the people that will accomplish the vision that God has laid in my heart. So there's so much work we need to do here. We need to come together as a people. We need to give ourselves to what God is doing, I'm telling you, so that the will and the purpose of God will be bettered in us. So once again, vision is the definition of vision is the definition of purpose. Purpose is the reason why you are created. There's a reason why God has created us and put us in the surface of the earth. I told you the genesis of a vision. I told you the way my vision came. It's just to ignite something in you. What is it that God has laid in your heart? Tell us what God has laid in your heart this year to do for Him. All you saw me talk about, I didn't talk about myself. I was talking about what God laid in my heart. And I'm telling you the pulsating of my heart. I'm telling you my heartbeat is to reach out. You understand what I mean? So when you have a heartbeat of reaching out to the humanity, then you are having a vision. Ambition is towards self. Any man that has anything that is geared towards self-aggrandizement, then is human flesh. Is yourself. God is not interested in self. God is interested in something that will build the world. We come together to build the kingdom of God. We come together to give what God is doing on the surface of the earth. God, the eyes of God is going through the earth, to and fro the earth, looking for a man like you and I to show Himself strong. So at this time, it's a privilege and an opportunity for us to give ourselves to what God is doing. I'm telling you, it's a time. That no time is as ready as this. We have to give our service to what God is saying and what God is doing. So as we join ourselves together, we give body to what God is doing, to the accomplishment of what God is doing. So each time you hear me herald or I talk about a new Nigeria, it's a vision that God has laid in my heart, that this is a possibility. A new Nigeria is a possibility. It's only God that can do it. Nigeria has a vision. I mean, it has a purpose and it has a destiny, just like you do. So the vision of this country will be better, in God. Will be better, and God is going to use you and I to accomplish that vision. So we need to join our hands to put our hands to the plow and not look back, to make sure that the will and the purpose is done through us. So this is a clarion call to you out there listening to me. Please, let's join our faith together and give meaning to this. The genesis of a vision is a man. Its accomplishment is the people. God has called them, arranged them, bring them out to accomplish this vision. So if you're interested in what we're doing, please don't forget to give me, a thumb up. If you're interested, give me a thumb up. I'm telling you, as listening to me, give me a thumb up. I support this vision. I'm connected to it. With time, we begin to unfold it. We begin to talk more about it. We begin to know how we are going to lay tracks to get across to people. We begin to work it out. We begin to, to do a lot of things. There's so much things that ought to be done here. I just told you a little bit. It's not something I can tell you all, but I open up the vision so that you can see it. But the Bible said, the vision is for an appointed time. Though it tarries, wait for it. It must surely come to pass. The genesis of a vision is the man. The accomplishment of that vision is the people. I'm telling you, it's the people. So we can use this concept, to build our world for children. We can use this concept to reach out to the whole world. I'm telling you, the dying world, God is expecting us to reach out. So once again, I want to tell you that you are not here by accident. You are not here by mistakes. You have heard me talk so much. I want to hear you also talk to me. I'm telling you, respond. You can talk. This is a season for us to just, rub minds together, chat. What have you heard? What have I said? I don't know what I've said, but you have heard me. I don't know if I've said something interesting. You can chat back with me. Hi, friend Fleming. Where are you? Talk to me. I want to hear you. How do we make it work? How do you connect us with people out there that can make this network, Save the Education Ahead of Child Foundation? Find a route in US, find a route in Atlanta, find a route in Japan, find a route in Europe. Every part of the world it's going. We can only make it work when we come together as a people. So I call you forth, Fleming and your friends, wherever you are, Stickman. I want you to join faith and let's see what we can do as we go on. I'm telling you, we have different arms of things that we're setting in place. We will talk more as God reach out to you through this live stream. Make sure, please, you talk to me so that we can know how to, to chart the course of going to the next level in this vision. See, the genesis of a vision is a man. The accomplishment of that vision is the people. The people will sit down and begin to rule out plans on how this vision is going to be bettered. I'm telling you, the vision is my appointed time. Though it tarries, wait for it. It must surely come to pass. Every vision bettered by God must come to pass. So this year, 2025, Please make sure you catch a vision. You can be a part of the vision in a man's life. Like I was just narrated my vision to you. Join faith with me. Make sure we make it happen. Make sure we give life and body to the vision. Make sure we reach out to our world. I'm telling you, you have a place in this vision. I know, Fleming, you have a place in this vision. Let's see what we can put together and work it together. So please talk to your people out there. Let's see how we can. I see you joining me at this moment. You're welcome. Please make sure as you come, give me a thumb up. And as you come, make sure you like. As you something great, we're reaching out to humanity, and you are part of what we're doing. Let's give ourselves to this work to make sure we work it out. As we work it out, things will begin to be in place. Things will begin to take shape according to how God has made it. So you see, it is said that a man of vision never dies. I heard that. Not that it's not in the Bible. Not that I don't know it is in the Bible. I heard that from my wife when I got married to her. She told me a man of vision never dies. When you have a vision, even when you are at the point of death in your sick bed, when you remember that vision that God has given you is for an appointed time, it will bring you back alive. I told you about 8 years of my life, I was in coma. The devil almost killed me. I didn't have understanding and meaning to my life. Since that vision of Save the Education and Child Foundation came, the devil blanked me off. But he couldn't take my life. He couldn't take that vision that God has given me. So what kept me alive is the vision. So you see, a man of vision never dies. If you are on your sick bed dying, what keeps you alive is the vision. When you remember the vision that God has given you, have not accomplished it, you will crank back to life again. So that's what it means that a man of vision never dies. You can do all kinds of things that you can do, but you can't kill that vision. The vision of God never dies. Even if a man dies, the vision lives after him. So one great thing about a vision is that it outlives the carrier of that vision. When you are long gone and dead, your vision will still be speaking. Jesus has died, has accomplished his mission 2,000 years ago, but his name, he's still with us. That was the meaning of the name Emmanuel, God with us. He has long gone from the earth, exit the earth for now, but he still speaks. By the mention of that name, Jesus, every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. That is the man of vision. A man of vision never dies. A man of vision, lives beyond, the shores of his life. After you are long gone, your vision will be speaking. Your vision will be speaking. So that's the whole essence of a vision. A vision speaks louder. Who is that? Oh, that's Paul. Paul Brady. Okay, taking what? Taking bullocks for easy. YT, I don't know what that means. I don't know. Paul Brady, I don't know what part of the world you are. You're welcome. Thank you for coming in. Please, as you come in, make sure you go like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, and at the same time, please share. I want to see you on this channel. Please put your hands to what we are doing here. Great things we are doing. Great and mighty things we are doing here. You have just seen me today. The other part of the concept. The other time you'll be seeing me preaching. I'm also a pastor. I didn't tell you I'm a pastor. I'm a pastor with a ministry called PMMI. You know, my wife and I have been pastoring church for more than going to 2 decades now. You know, so but God just released us to go into missions. You know, I was talking to you. I've pastored, and right now God has released us to go into mission. That was why I was saying last year we are trying to, about for the past 4 years now, we have been trying to travel out to mission work. You know, but I know one day it will click. My wife was privileged to go to Kenya. You know, we have a mission field in Kenya, but we want to go to Europe. We are looking for an opportunity to travel to Europe. We want people that will invite us to come to Europe on mission work. You know, mission work with the NGO that we have in our hands. We want people that will partner with us. We want partners all over the world. What we are doing is a global thing. So we need people to come in. You know, so after the pastoral work, God released us to go into mission. There's so much that we're doing, so much we're doing. My wife is on YouTube also. We write, I also write, my wife writes. We have books that are published out there. You know, there's so much work we're doing, but we need network in Europe and America. We need network. We want to network with you. In any part of the world that you are, please get connected with us. God wants to do great and mighty things with us and through us with you. We need you. So that's why you see right now we are working on all the social medias to reach out to people, to get connected to the right people, people of like mind and like persuasion that we want to work with, that we project this work of God that is in our hands. Remember, the vision is for an appointed time. Though it tarries, we're waiting for it. It must surely come to pass. It will speak with you and with me. We will make it a better thing that the whole generation of the earth will come to hear it, that we herald it, that we carry it. So I need you, we need you to, to stay connected, to partner us, open the roads for us out there in Europe and America. Paul and Fleming, open the road, connect us to men. We are looking for mission fields. Please do connect us. There's so much we're doing. My wife just monetized right now in YouTube. So there's so much we're doing. She's into relationship matters. I'm into shape a child preservation. So she's a pastor also. Both of us are pastors. We are doing so much work. Ask for Heart Talk Zone with Man Okonji. Relationship matters. She's dealing on relationship matters. I'm dealing on children. So you see, we are talking about family matters. That is what God has endowed us in our hands. So we're looking for mission fields. We want to travel around the whole world. It's you that will finance our projects. It's you that finance our trips to Europe and America. We are looking for openings. So as I talk to you, as you hear the sound of my voice, please make it happen. Make yourself available for God to use you so that we can accomplish this vision that God has placed in our heart. Once again, the genesis of a vision is a man. Its accomplishment is a people. You are the ones that God has given me now. I do not make light of it. I might not see you physically, but I'm connected with you spiritually. I'm telling you, I'm connected with you spiritually. As you're watching me right now, there's so much God is doing. I pray in my heart. I take these few minutes to pray, Father, in the name of Jesus, for everyone, everyone that is listening to the sound of my voice. Father, they did not come to this channel at this hour, at this time, that you asked me to talk about the man and the vision by accident, but you ordained them from the foundations of the earth. They are not just hearers alone, but they are doers. From these ones, you have given me people to work with, people that will herald this vision that you have placed in my heart, a vision of a new Nigeria. Father, we are looking for mission fields in Europe and America. These are the men and the women that you have given to us. They hear the sound of my voice, but Father, press it in their hearts to give themselves for this vision, that your glory will be seen. It's all about God, not all about me. It's not all about any man. It's God. All God will be, take the glory. You just saw another dimension of me right now, the concept. Tomorrow you see me preaching. I'm a pastor. Yes, I'm a pastor. My wife and I are pastors. So you saw another dimension of me. This is the concept you just saw now. I'm trying to introduce some because I'm trying to sell a commodity. So what I'm selling is the child. And the idea I'm using to sell the child is telling you a new Nigeria, heralding a new Nigeria of my dream. Nigeria is a focal point in what God is doing presently in the world right now. I'm telling you, look out for it. Yes, look out for it. Taking what? Bullocks. Yes, for easy. Yes. So look out for it. I thank you for joining me, joining faith with me at this hour. And I'm telling you, you will not regret every minute, every second you have spent. Because I see today was planned. You didn't come into this network by accident. I didn't come to meet with you. Even you see, you don't understand. 2 days ago, God spoke to me that this is the time. I've been struggling in my spirit, thinking of when is the right time for me to share the vision. Go. He said, share the vision now. I saw it. I was reading the vision out. I've said it. So maybe next time I'll have an opportunity to read out the blueprint of the vision to us. But this is how the genesis of Save the Education and Health of the Child Foundation, ministry came about. It's basically focused on the child, projecting the child. Our vision is projecting the child of today for tomorrow. And our mission is taking the generation of our children and the generation yet unborn. Give them a hope and a future as they discover their God-given potential. So we are more interested in the future and the potential of the coming generation. That is our mission. You understand what I mean? So there's so many things we are doing in the NGO with time. We'll get to talk and we will explain the vision to us. All we are looking for right now is a mission field. So I enjoin you to come in and partner with us. We are looking for partners, people that will partner with us to give in life to the